Ooh. Okay, go.
Recording? Okay. Welcome back, week 2. I have a completely different question for you this week. We're not debating cats and dogs this week. How many of you would like to go to school in the summer?
Depends
Nobody?
on
I thought for sure I would say, please, Mrs. Farmer, can we go to school in the summer?
Well, it depends what kind of school. I would like to, I already homeschool in the summer, but maybe if I could homeschool all year round, homeschool in the regular school year and just do regular school in the summer, that would be interesting.
You think kids who are in public school want to go to school in the summer?
No.
Why not? Isn't school
Public
awesome?
school stinks. Public school is
You learn like
How about, would you do co-op year-round?
Yes.
Really? Okay, maybe this will be easier than I thought. So did you know this is actually a debate going on in the country right now? There's legislation discussing whether or not public school should go year-round. And there are some zip codes in our country where it already is year-round. There's some zip codes in Virginia, and I'm not quite familiar with what other areas of the country, but there are areas where you go to school year-round. So what are the pros and cons? Let's argue it out. Year-round and summer vacation. What are some reasons we should have a summer vacation? Brady?
So you can sort of, relax after having an entire school year and then getting to go back for a new grade. Sort of
Relaxing.
big transition.
Okay. Ari?
oh gosh, did I just forget?
It's okay, I'll come back to you.
I'm sorry.
Emily?
You need a definite transition between different grades.
Okay, summer vacation, that's a good one. Clear transition. Who else? Get your name tag out. What's your name? Gracia, right?
Yeah.
What's your... Go ahead, Gracia. What's yours?
Well,
You can go either side.
during the school year, you don't get to see, your family as much, but in the summer, I know my siblings are home from college, and my parents aren't working as much, so I get to see my family more.
Family time. Okay.
Summer camp.
Summer camp. What would be the argument for summer camp? Because remember, what we're not allowed to say here is we're not allowed to say, summer vacation's fun. Why can't we say that? We talked about this last week. It's not, Eliana, that's perfect. It's not persuasive. It's not a good argument to say, I like it, it's fun. I'm not going to convince anybody of that. How many times have you said to your parents, I know we're having dinner in 5 minutes, but I want an ice cream sundae because it tastes good. Did you ever win your mom over with that? No. There's actually we could probably come up with some really good arguments to convince our moms to give us an ice cream sundae before dinner, but I want one isn't going to do it, right? So I like summer vacation should not show up in your papers. All right, how about year-round school? What are some arguments for year-round school?
Well, you can, get done what you need to learn, faster, and you don't have to, do school, until you're, how old? You would, have, less years of school.
Okay, you could either have less years of school or you could be much further ahead, right? So get more done. Why is this a good argument in the world right now? Ari?
Because in places like China, they I know they push their kids really hard.
They do.
So
Do they go to school year-round in China?
they go for longer.
I think they do. Yeah? Brady, did you have something else to say?
Everyone's trying to speed things up because a lot of classes are behind.
Who's behind? When we talk about being behind, who are we talking about?
Kids that aren't going as fast as some of the others.
Not quite. I mean, in the world. This is a compelling argument that is used with this particular topic. Ari?
Well, I'll just give an example. My friend went to math camp in Stanford, and it's for students that are really good at math, and there were 20 kids out of 80 that were American or Canadian. The rest were Asian. So.
Okay, so the discussion that we're having nationally right now is when you look at the countries ranked from number 1 in math and number 1 in language arts around the world, the United States falls around between 29 and 40. And for a country that is so full of pride about who we are and we're the best country and we have the strongest military and we have the best economy, and we would really like to say we are number one or at least in the top 10, and we're not. Now, we could have lots of discussions about why that is, but one of the arguments is made is that we don't do school year round. What happens during the summer?
You forget a lot of stuff.
The kids who were sort of like not getting it at the end of the school year, they're just gonna push it into the back of their head and totally forget it for the next year.
Okay, education may backslide during the summer, and what do they often do in the beginning of the school year? Whether it's homeschool or public school, what does a teacher or a parent often do?
You spend months, like sometimes like a month or two, reviewing everything
Yeah.
from last year.
If you have school year round, you don't need to review, no review time, and sometimes it can be significant, right? If you are the kind of student that you don't need a lot of review, you really have great retention, not a big deal, but for a lot of students, you take 2.5 months off from anything, you're like, I don't remember what we were doing, and you have to review it all. Brady?
You don't have, you have more kids are paying attention because they're not in June and May, they're not like, summer.
Okay, all right, so you don't have, with year-round school, you don't have the spring drop-off, I'll call it, spring attention drop. Many teachers will say they don't get anything done in May and June because the kids are so like checked out. Okay, so let me tell you something important about year-round school. It's not what you think. They don't actually, the legislation is not actually that you would go to school longer. It would still be 180 days of school that'd be required, but the breaks would be broken up differently. You'd have a longer fall break, a winter break, a couple of spring breaks. You'd still have a summer break that was a couple weeks long. So you still have the same number of days of school. How does that change your argument? Or do you want to say something else?
I know they do that in England,
Mhm.
where the kids have longer Christmas and Easter vacations
Yep.
and shorter summer vacations.
Yeah, how does that change how you feel about all this? Does it change anything?
You can have instead of having a whole bunch of different vacations in the summer, you can have one in the winter or in the spring.
So is that a pro for year-round school?
Yeah.
Okay, so vacations spread out. You could also make the argument, you know how in the summer, every place that you want to go that's exciting is jam-packed because everyone's out at the same time? If the breaks are different in different areas of the country and they're spread around the calendar, it would eliminate that, right? Okay? What else can we say about this? Ari?
Well, if the school is year round, the teachers would probably be paid all year round. Not sure, I don't know.
I think you can do that now, though.
Okay, yeah, I'm not exactly sure about that one. But
Okay, but what can't you do if you're a teacher or a student and you have school year round? What can you not do in the summer? What do you think?
You can't not study for tests.
No, that's not what I'm thinking of.
you can't prepare as much.
We have a couple of teachers in our school that at our swim club in the summer, they run the swim club and they watch over all the lifeguards and they get paid for that. What do we call that?
Oh, they can't have summer jobs?
Yeah, summer jobs. And that's not just teachers. Who else is affected by that?
Teenagers.
Kids, yeah. And what about a kid, like my daughters are gonna go to college, they're not there now, they're gonna go next year. If they have summer break off after they graduate high school, they can earn a lot of money for college. If school went right up to graduation and then all the way through the summer before they started college, there's no chance for summer jobs. Why not? No one's gonna hire you for your 2-week break in spring and your 2-week break at Christmas and your 2-week break in the fall. It'd be very hard to hold down a summer job for teachers or students. And does our economy rely a little bit on those kids having summer jobs? It can, right? What else would we not be able to do if we didn't have summer vacation? What impact? Think about what happens in the summer, some things that happen in the summer. Yeah.
It's sort of a graduation from 1st grade into the next.
We have that up there, clear transition between grades.